Hello, and welcome to our podcast,
Cut the Headlights.
Today is episode 20, so a little bit of a milestone. I'm very excited, and it has been a little bit, but we are going to recap the Saudi Arabian and Miami Grand Prix.
Yes, these have been two relatively eventful Grand Prix.
Yeah.
At least pretty interesting. Honestly, we both kind of missed the Saudi Arabian one.
I did fall asleep halfway through.
And I was out of town, but we tried our best to catch up on everything that happened so we can best explain it as good as possible.
Yes,
and we're excited to dive in.
Yes. Okay, so we're just going to start off with current news. There has been a lot. One of the craziest things to me, Max Verstappen's kid was born.
Yep. He had a daughter named Lily Verstappen.
Yes.
And I don't know, it's still weird to me. It's so strange.
I feel like I see him kind of as a dad just with Penelope, but he's got a for real legal child, a biological child. He is that kid's dad now. That's
I don't know. It's so weird to me. It's so weird. I don't know why.
I don't know.
He's
but
still young. He's so young to me.
He's so young to be having a kid. But I mean, they seem really happy. It looked cute. The photos were adorable. I liked the name.
Agreed. It's a good name for a child.
It was just I don't know. It's actually so weird. And we're not the biggest Kelly Piquet fans. So just the fact that he's more connected with her now.
Yeah, my man's death can't leave now.
No. But let's be honest, he really wasn't going to.
But there was hope. There was always hope.
I saw this really funny theory that he names his cat after clubs in Monaco.
Yes.
And there's a club in Monaco that's Lily or something.
I saw that too.
Which would be
hilarious. So funny. Because honestly, it's a bit too much of a coincidence. Monaco's not that big a country.
Especially when he's established that Jimmy and Sassy are named after clubs in Monaco. He has confirmed this.
I wonder if Kelly was on board with that naming strategy.
I mean, I feel it works though. It's not Sassy. You know what I mean?
No,
Lily.
It's a cute name for a girl.
It's a nice, normal name.
But it'd be really funny if it was after a Monegasque club.
Right? There's no way it's not. He's done it before. I love it though. Yeah. So additionally, Kimi Antonelli got a documentary about him called The Seat on Netflix.
I think that's kind of insane.
Yeah.
If you ask me, it's a little too soon.
A little?
It's extremely soon. I really like Kimi, but come on, he's had 5 races in F1. You don't know. He could get injured the next one and his career could be over. This could be...
Oh my god, Eliana, you're getting dark.
It's the truth. He could have an amazing season this year and then never have that good a season again. Obviously, I hope that doesn't happen for him. But, he is a teenager. Let's relax a little bit.
Yeah.
Let him prove himself a little bit more before we go around starting to make documentaries about these people.
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, The Seat is just all about, it's an inside look into the, most shocking driver swap in Formula One. But also, who started that driver swap? Lewis Hamilton. Who's the one who's broken a ton of records? Kimi has made a couple records already, which is so impressive for 6 races. I'm not going to act like he's not done a great job. But Lewis Hamilton holds so many records, including, being tied for championship wins. I think that's a little bit greater than, fastest lap. Youngest pole sitter. I'm sorry, he's Lewis Hamilton. Why are we not focusing the documentary on the whole reason this thing happened? Because it's not like they were dropping him for Kimi. He chose to leave, and that's the only reason they got a new driver.
Also, they already have Drive to Survive. Now they're making, a version for, F1 Academy, which is basically, the female league of F1. But now to add The Seat, it's so much. Plus the F1 movie, it's a little bit over-commercialized.
Yeah.
Drive to Survive was good because it kind of introduced it in the US. It opened up a whole new market. That was interesting. But I feel everything since then has been a bit of a cash grab.
Yeah, I will say for the F1 Academy series, I'm excited. I think it'll be good to get that publicity for it because I think it's such a cool thing that exists, and I don't keep up with it. But I have a friend who does, and it seems really great, and I love that they have it. So I'll watch that. But and I'm not gonna act like I'm not gonna go home next week and watch The Seat eventually. But it just seems so much for a driver who's literally had 6 races. Yes, he's done amazing. He's done the best for a rookie this year, but he's a rookie. He's had 6 races. Let's give him a little bit to solidify his legacy, and then in 5 years we can do a thing about the driver swap.
I agree. It's just so soon. It's there's so much hype around it now. Let's do it while we can.
Yeah.
And it's no, I don't think that's the only reason you should be making a TV show. But
I get like when they like the Schumacher documentary. That makes sense because he is like one of the greats. Kimi Antonelli has not solidified himself as one of the greats.
They also have like a Senna one.
Yeah, like those make sense.
Agreed, but even so, I just feel like it's all too much. Like,
no, I like those.
To be like,
I do
relaxed
like those.
Little. Like, I don't know. I feel like no other sport is getting like dug so deep, like in order to like popularize it that much through media.
I mean, I don't think the seat has been like I haven't heard that much about it, honestly. Like even
because everyone's kind of over it. I think.
I don't think anyone's like too impressed, but I think it'll definitely get watched just because, like, of course. But I feel like they should have included Lewis. Like, I haven't seen it, so I don't know how much they included him. But like, maybe it could have been like from Lewis's perspective and like Toto/Kimi Mercedes perspective. Why is it just about Kimi? Anyways, moving on to even worse news. Jack Doohan has lost his seat.
This is quite absurd. This is the second rookie this year in a very short amount of time to just get absolutely knocked down. This is just insane behavior because did Jack Doohan have an amazing start to his season? No, but is he a rookie at a pretty ick team?
Yeah, is the Alpine doing great this season? No, that car sucks.
And it's just like since he joined, he has had like a sword hanging over his head, and I just think like he has been treated so unfairly. Like nobody has given him a chance to succeed. Like ever since he started, it was like you're either great or you're nothing. And I get that's kind of how the sport works in general.
You gotta give him a little bit of time.
You can't just start off with that mentality.
Not everybody's a Kimi Antonelli or a Max Verstappen.
Exactly. It's so unfortunate. I feel bad for him. I really liked Jack Doohan.
Yeah, I remember you literally predicted, you were like, he is gonna get that Alpine seat.
Yes,
and he did.
I was a fan, you guys. I just think, I don't know, it's just such a shame. And to be replaced by Franco Colapinto.
Don't even. Literally, like the craziest thing to me is I remember the day his contract was announced, I was already seeing people say, oh, there's rumors that there's like a really easy like plan, like way in his contract to get him kicked if he doesn't perform after like 5 races or something, and Franco's gonna take that seat. And I was like, that's insane. I hope that doesn't happen. To 6 races in, and what happened? He got kicked out and Franco took his seat. I have such beef with Franco.
I don't hate him. Franco is like your version of Liam Lawson. Like when I hear Liam Lawson speak, I'm just like, oh,
okay, but like
I hate that guy.
I'll give it to you. Like Liam has done more to solidify that in your mind. I just genuinely, there's not a crazy reason I don't like that guy.
Racism.
No. It's just I couldn't support him from the beginning because he took Logan's seat. I cannot support somebody who just kicked my, like, obviously it wasn't his fault.
I fear it was the team's decision.
I know it was not his decision, and I know, like, obviously if you have that opportunity, you should take it. But I could not support it knowing who lost the seat for Franco. And also it's just like, I'm sorry, I think he's a little overhyped. Everybody's a little overhyped. Obsessed with him, and I don't get it. I do not think he is that amazing and insane of a person that everybody needs to go crazy.
That's not his fault. And that's the fans.
Like, and people are acting like he's some like god in the car. He didn't do that great. He did great for his like first couple races and then started crashing.
Yeah, that's
Are we all forgetting that?
Also, he's kind of like a freak. Like, I don't know. Like, he's kind of weird. He just be saying too many things in these interviews. Like,
and people think, oh my God, he's so funny. No. He's not. I can't stand him. I cannot stand him. And I didn't have like that much of an attachment to Jack, but it was definitely a more positive vibe.
I'm so sad for him.
I know.
You know who else I really liked? Theo Pourchaire.
Oh yeah.
He was a guy and he won F2, and I was like really rooting for him to get a seat. It was probably because he won F2 like at the end of like the first season of F1 that I watched, but I don't know. I just think that's like horrible. Like, what do you mean you literally win Formula 2 and you still don't get a seat? Like, what more can you do to prove yourself? So honestly, I would have brought him in instead of Franco. Me personally, I'm still waiting for the day Theo Pourchaire gets his chance. Like
Franco literally never even finished.
I'm still at that restaurant
in Formula 2. Who won Formula 2 last year? I think it was Zane Maloney, right?
Something like that.
He's got a seat, but not in Formula 1. It's just like so weird to me. Also, I feel like it's become so normalized. Like obviously, my mindset is 2023 on. But I feel like the only driver swaps like this I have heard of are like Pierre and Alex. Before that, like, genuinely, like, I did not know about many other ones, and I'm sure they exist somewhere. But I feel like it's becoming so normalized. Like, first we had Nick, and then we had Logan and Daniel, and now we have Jack and Liam. Like, this is insane. Why are we normalizing this? It's not okay.
I know, and it just makes it like so much harder for them to kind of like go in there and prove themselves.
Yes. Literally, like, the fact, it was just like so, everybody knew that Jack wasn't making it through the season. I don't think that was a doubt in anyone's mind. As soon as, because,
oh, that's so sad.
I know, we'll get there in a bit, but little spoiler, he did not finish Miami, which is so sad. But as soon as he crashed, I thought to myself, I was like, we're going to see the Franco announcement post soon. And look at that. I just can't. And also, after like doing all that with Esteban and bringing Jack in for Abu Dhabi, just
at the end of last season, in the very last race of last season,
so
Esteban Ocon, the Alpine driver at that time, was replaced by Jack Doohan to supposedly give him practice for this season. And it's just like, how are you just going to keep disrespecting driver after driver?
Like, you're Alpine.
I don't know what Pierre has done to gain their favor, but thank God he hasn't been treated this way.
I know. Yeah. What's even crazier is how the whole situation went down. Because it started with Oliver Oakes resigning as team principal. Oh my God. And there's some crazy stuff going on. I don't fully understand it.
Team manager. Because isn't Flavio Briatore still the team principal?
Is he not the new team principal?
Well, because he was in Drive to Survive last season, so I assume he was like the team principal then too.
Well, whoever Oliver Oakes is,
he is gone.
He resigned, and there's some crazy like lore behind that about like his brother getting arrested, and I don't fully understand it all. But the guy who took over for Oliver Oakes, none other than Jack Doohan's manager. And guess who fired Jack Doohan? Whatever his name is, I don't know his name, I'm sorry. His manager. Like, imagine your manager firing you.
That's such betrayal.
That's insane. The first chance he gets, he's like, okay, you were my client for now, but get out.
My poor baby.
That's insane.
Poor Jack Doohan. Like,
I know.
My baby girl deserved better.
I know. I hope he like finds some, like, he's the reserve driver now, but he needs to leave Alpine.
I feel so bad for everyone who gets like hired as a reserve driver. Like, you know damn well you are never entering a race.
Ollie was so lucky last season.
Ollie Behrman last season entered for Carlos.
He drove for Carlos and Kevin.
And Kevin, you're right.
And then,
but he wasn't the Ferrari reserve driver, was he? Didn't they just like bring?
No, he was their reserve.
And the Haas reserve driver?
He wasn't the Haas reserve, but because by the time he drove for Kevin.
Can you be a reserve driver while being an F2?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
I think. Yeah, because that's why he got called up in the first place, because he was their reserve. And he missed the Formula 2 race. And then he drove for Kevin those 2 times.
Yeah, when Kevin Magnussen had the race ban.
And then the one time in like qualifying or something that he was sick, or it was a sprint or like practice. I don't know. Because at that point he had the contract with Haas. So I'm pretty sure they just like worked something out so Ollie could drive there, because he was going to be their driver next year. But he wasn't their reserve. He was still Ferrari's reserve.
Interesting. Strange.
Yeah. But okay, I think we got a little lost over there. But yeah, he's now the reserve driver. I hope he just is living his best life, because that really sucks. So,
agreed. Moving on.
In more entertaining, maybe not so much F1 news, the Met Gala happened this Monday. And I have been so excited for the Met Gala. Because
I was kind of disappointed, though, if I'm being honest. No, I feel bring back, like, craziness, the Met Gala. Nobody's outfit was, like, crazy.
So the theme was, the exhibit is all about, like, black fashion. And the theme of the Met Gala was, like, tailored to you.
Yeah. Something
about, like, black dandyism.
But everybody did very much, like, the tailoring part. Like,
it's
suits, like, ties. Like,
I get that. But it felt too safe. It felt like people were, like, afraid to be, like, offensive. So they didn't actually, like, care. They didn't actually, like, try and do something related to the theme.
I don't know if you saw Joey King's outfit.
Yes.
Hers was really
good.
Absolutely
loved Joey King's outfit. Like, the color, like, everybody, not to sound bad, but, like, they hear the words, like, black dandyism. I think they took that as the color scheme. Where was the color? everyone was in freaking black and white.
Yeah, I was talking with people about it actually, and they're like, "What's the theme?" And they were saying like something like black, and I was like, "Everybody's gonna be dressed in black," and I was like, "Guys, I think they mean like the race."
Yeah,
like
it was insane. Like there were some outfits where it's like, fine, you're in monochromatic colors, like that's normal for the Met Gala, but the fact that so many people were doing that,
it was just so dull.
it was not what I was like. It was not what I was hoping for. I feel like there's so much potential in that. Who was it that I saw? I want to say it was Nicole Kidman. She was talking about like in an interview. Okay, this maybe not Nicole Kidman. I could be like trashing her right now.
No, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yes, and she was like, "Oh, black dandyism is a suit and a nice like button or something." What? What?
That's not at all what they were talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like people just like really missed the mark.
Agreed.
But Lewis Hamilton was a co-chair, and I've been so excited for this since he was announced as a co-chair, because his Met Gala looks are always, okay, not always, I've seen some of his old ones, not good, but
he's gotten better with time.
His recent Met Gala looks are so good. And when you think of somebody like in the F1 community who's got a lot of fashion, you're thinking, let's get Joe at the next Met Gala, honestly.
I know Joe would eat down.
He would be so
I know he would be
good.
Okay, hot take. Sometimes I like his outfits more than Lewis's.
Ooh.
Sometimes, not always.
That is a hot take.
I know it is. I just think if you brought Joe to the Met Gala,
he would be so good.
There is a chance his outfit would be better than Lewis's.
Oh,
there's a chance. I just think.
I love Lewis's outfit. It was not colorful. I'll give, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But also it's just like, it's the fact that everybody did it is what bothered me. Mm-hmm. Some people, fine.
I liked Lewis's better last year though, if I'm being honest.
I think I did too.
This year was cool, but it's just the same thing as everybody else's. It just wasn't out there enough.
Yeah, I think it was very nice. It was very refined. And I feel like also Lewis Hamilton, like being himself, isn't gonna show up in like the year they did like camp.
Yeah.
I could never see Lewis Hamilton at one of those because he's like a well-respected like athlete.
You know I love camp.
No, it was a good one.
I think camp is what the Met Gala should be.
Right, and I love the theme, and I love when people, I love
Kendall and Kylie's, like with the feathers.
Or like the Karl Lagerfeld year when Jared Leto came dressed as his cat.
Ugh, I hated that year.
But
but again, everything was just black and white.
I love when people take that theme and like really, like it's the Met Gala. But
that's true.
Like I feel like for the kind of person that Lewis Hamilton like presents himself as and like his public image, it makes a lot of sense for him not to do that, obviously. But I thought his outfit was gorgeous. He ate down as usual. I loved it so much.
More so on the Met Gala red carpet, there was an F1 mention, and it had nothing to do with Lewis Hamilton at all.
Thank you, Damson Idris. He is in the F1 movie, so he plays Brad Pitt's teammate.
Yeah, and he just had this moment on the red carpet. He kind of showed up in like a Formula 1 race suit, like his suit from the movie. And then there was a moment where like they like ripped it off him, and he had this like really cool suit underneath.
And he had like his helmet so from the movie, and it was all bedazzled. I loved it so much. Like, what a way to pair like promotion for your movie. You know, an F1 driver, the one who's producing the movie, is one of the co-chairs, and then also like still stay with the theme. Genius. I loved it so much. I thought it was amazing.
He did a really good job.
Plus, it's like dramatic. This is what the Met Gala is. Mm-hmm. Also, I have to say, loved the carpet. I thought the carpet was stunning.
Odd thing to like.
It was so beautiful. The year they did Karl Lagerfeld, the carpet looked like toothpaste. It was like a cream with like the red and blue stripe. Ugly. This carpet, stunning. So
random, but
yeah, I loved it so much. I thought it was so exciting, and he did such a good job. So yeah, and then also going off the F1 movie, they released somewhat the soundtrack.
I am so excited. My favorite part of the whole soundtrack, Miss Tate McRae. I am so excited. She is going to be releasing one of her songs, and I've heard like a clip of it, and it sounds so.
I haven't heard it, but I'm gonna. It's after this. I'm gonna go listen to it.
It's fantastic. I am so excited. I love Tate McRae. I'm gonna go see her in like September. I love her most recent album, and I'm so excited. But she's not the only one on there. There are other interesting people like Ed Sheeran, Ray, Madison Beer,
Don Toliver.
This random guy named Don Toliver who Tori's really into for some reason. And then I think like Doja Cat.
Yeah, Doja Cat.
Rosé.
Yeah, a lot of the people. I thought it was like so nice because they released the soundtrack like right before Miami, and they invited a lot of the people who are on that to the race.
Yeah,
I thought that was
cool.
cute. But yeah, I'm very excited to hear the soundtrack.
Me too.
I'm just so excited for the movie.
Honestly, yeah, me too. It's kind of like silly, but I'm excited as well.
I think no matter what the plot is, I'm going to love it just because you're gonna be seeing things like from the actual races, and you're gonna be seeing like tracks you recognize.
I'm so excited
to
see
recognize.
Like our favorite drivers like on the movie screen.
Yes, I don't know if we've talked about it, but we're gonna make bingo cards for when we go to the movie because we have not looked at the cast list on like IMDb where it shows you what F1 people are actually in the movie. So we're gonna make bingo cards and check it off when we see like people like we wanted to see. I'm so excited. I can't wait. I hope Logan Sargent makes an appearance. It's possible. He drove for part of the time they were filming.
Yes, I'm sure Logan Sargent will have a very big role in the movie.
He could be like the main. They should have put him on the podium for one of those. Genuinely, they should have put him on the podium.
Just to rub it in? What?
Actually, no, that would be terrible.
That's like evil.
That would be awful. Anyways,
moving
to the races, finally. So starting with Saudi Arabia, this was like 3 weeks ago now, but that's okay. We're gonna pretend like it wasn't. So yeah, just starting off, Oscar Piastri won, which I thought was so great. He really deserves it. Like, he's been so consistent this season. Aside from literally Australia is like the only race he hasn't done well on.
And that was like the first race.
Exactly. And it was because he like spun out. Like, it wasn't like oh, you suck.
I think one thing about Oscar Piastri is like he's just so consistently good. And during the break, everybody was kind of like, Lando Norris is going to win the Drivers' Championship next year. Like, it wasn't like a question.
And it seemed so obvious at the beginning of the season.
It was like maybe if they can pull it out, Max could challenge him, but it's gonna be Lando's season. And it's just astounding that it's his teammate, the one who's shining right now. Not that Lando's not having a good season, of course, not that it's not still possible for him to win. But Oscar, like, he's not as talked about just because he's a little less controversial, a little less flashy, doesn't do as much.
Just so chill about it.
Media, but he is such a good driver, and it's kind of like everybody knew that he is so strong as Lando sometimes, and yet for some reason nobody thought that this could be his season, and yet that's the way it's going right now.
I think it's just a combination of him just being like so chill, and also like obviously because Lando was like the other option last season, but also just like it's his third season. Like, that's insane. His third season, and he's in the championship lead, and he's doing such a good job. Like, I would love Lando to win the championship. Like, I want him to do so well, like, so badly. But I would be so happy if Oscar won that championship.
I would be too.
He deserves that. He really does.
Here's my only thing with Oscar, and he seems like a really nice person, and like it's nothing against him. It's just like me personally is I find it so hard to root for somebody who like doesn't seem to be rooting for themselves that much, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's just such a difference. Like, when George Russell got his first points, he started like crying. Like Lewis when he won. We all know the picture. When he won at Silverstone during his last race with Mercedes, when he was crying on the radio afterwards. These old clips of Sebastian Vettel when he won his first world championship. He was also just so emotional. And it's just like, when Oscar got his first win, he was like, yeah, cool, thanks, guys. And it's just like, that's how it is every single race. And listen, like, I get that's just his personality. And I don't know him. This could mean the entire world to him. And it could evoke such an internal emotional reaction. But since we don't have that ability, since we only have, like, the knowledge that they show on screen, like, it's just hard to be like, yes, when he's like, cool.
I remember, like, watching Lando's first win in Miami last year.
Yes, his too was also very emotional.
We were sitting right over there in Eliana's living room, and I was freaking out because I wanted his first win so bad, and I remember being like 10 laps to go, and I was like about to have a heart attack. So I was like, what if he just crashes?
I was like, lol, what if it starts to rain?
Yeah, we were so nervous, and it was just so exciting after. Like, the energy was like so amazing. Like, he was screaming over the radio, like the team celebration.
Yes, when he jumped into his team,
it was just something you wanted to like celebrate. And I was so happy when Oscar got his first win too, but he was chill about it, so I feel like I was more chill about it.
Yeah.
And like,
it's just like,
I love that for him. Like, that's like a really strong mentality, and clearly it's working for him.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people like always talk about how it's really similar to like Kimi Räikkönen, and Kimi Räikkönen was very successful. So clearly it's working, but I agree. It's like hard to get behind it a little bit
right?
When there's a lot less enthusiasm, because that kind of just draws you in. Like, you see how excited the driver is and you're like, I want to be excited for them because you can see how much this means. And I think it's also just like,
I just want to know that it means a lot to him, because if like, because why wouldn't I root for somebody else if it would mean more to them?
I don't think it's that it doesn't mean a lot to him. I just think
No, I'm sure it does. It's just hard to tell.
He's more introverted.
Yeah.
He's very like chill in public, and I love that for him. But yeah, it's not like the same when you're just looking at it.
For sure. And it's just like we were watching the NFL draft, and there were like some players who, like, when they got drafted would start like crying,
as you should,
and like hugging their family, and
as
it's like,
you
yeah, because you're entering the NFL. And I just like, I was so happy for them. Like, I felt like emotional for them. I was like, wow, I really hope they succeed.
It helps you connect with
them. Can tell that this means the world to them. And then there were some people who, when they got drafted, were like more chill, and like, you don't know, it could mean even more to them. But I wasn't like, wow, I feel so excited for them, because I can't tell how much it means to them. So I can't be like, wow, I like really, really want them to do well, because I feel like there's no stakes to it. That's the thing.
Yeah, but poor Oscar, he's very introverted after Miami.
No, yeah, and I really like him, and I would be very happy if he wins the championship. Yeah. And I think he seems like a really good person, and he's a fantastic driver. I just don't find myself like intensely rooting for him. Like, my body doesn't have like a reaction when he's in the lead, like it does when some other
Oscar's
people
in the lead.
are.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm like matching that energy.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, in Miami, skipping ahead a little bit, he learned how to do the gritty. And I don't remember who taught him, but he promised him, if I win, I will do the gritty.
I think it was Justin Jefferson.
And he won. And it was so funny. He looked like his helmet was on, but you could just tell in his body language after like the 2 seconds he spent doing that, like the self-loathing within him. And I think it's like
that was like funny. The biggest reaction I've ever seen him have, though.
It was so hilarious, and it like really pointed out like just how much like of an introvert he is. It was like he looked like he hated his life, genuinely. But yeah, so another team that's doing really well is Williams. Like, they have really like whatever they put in that car this year is working, because they're doing such a good job.
I agree. Like, when Carlos was like, I'm confident this is the best team for my move, I was like, yeah, okay, babe. But you know what? Maybe it was his best opportunity, because had he stayed at Ferrari, he'd probably be doing worse, maybe.
Yeah, like, they've been getting points consistently. So in Saudi Arabia, they got 8th and 9th, Alex and then Carlos. Yeah. Like, that's really good. Like, that used to be like a surprise, and now it's like,
oh yeah, that makes sense. Wow, nice. Yeah. Another unfortunate thing that happened in Saudi Arabia was the Yuki and Pierre crash.
Yeah, they crashed like, what was it, like first lap or something, I feel like?
Yeah,
I was awake
pretty
for it,
immediate.
So it was really soon in the race, I can tell you that much. And it's like so sad. I
just feel really bad for Yuki, because I feel like he's at Red Bull. That's like a big deal. And I just feel like nobody's like batting an eye about it. Nobody's like, oh my gosh, like he's doing this or he's doing that, or like, what if this happens? Like, it's like nothing's changed. Like, people are talking to him just as much as they did.
But I kind of love that. RB. It's like, as it should be, because he's deserved that seat. Like, he should have already had that vibe around him. I feel like that's more because
like people should care more, I think, because like this is what he's been working for for years. Yeah.
No, I get that. I just mean, like, I'm not like that shocked by it, because it just makes sense. He should have had that seat already. I'm not like, oh my god, Yuki got the seat. I'm like, good, Yuki got the seat, as he should. And then like, you know,
I just think his progress should be like more paid attention to.
Yeah, he hasn't like been doing anything crazy yet.
That's the thing. He hasn't like stood out, but in a good way or a bad way, which is good.
On the bright side, their car isn't good enough right now to stand out. Max has been doing a good job, but once again, he's Max Verstappen. So like, I feel like Yuki has been doing really well for what he has, and hey, he's done better than Liam. Not that Liam had very many races to prove himself, but Liam is still.
But he was also doing better at RB than Liam's doing.
Liam's not doing the best.
I feel really bad for him. I just hate him so much, but I feel really bad for him. Like, I don't can't stand the guy, but I don't wish ill on him. Yeah. Phase, another rookie who is having a hard time proving themselves due to a very bad car, Gabriel Bortoleto.
Yeah, poor guy. I was really excited for him. We talked about this at the beginning of the season. I was really looking forward to it. Like,
same.
Like, just him being from Brazil, like, I wanted him to do so well,
because he's also somebody we didn't hear about that much, like outside of F1, like Kimi and Ollie. Like, people were paying attention to them since they were in F2. Gabriel was somebody that like had never had the spotlight, and there weren't like rumors or drama about him coming to kick Sauber. It was just like, oh, he's coming to kick Sauber. And I don't know. I mean, to be fair, his teammate Nico Hulkenberg, it's not like he's doing anything outstanding with the car either. It's not like that team has ever been fantastic to begin with. But I don't know. I just think I really like him. Like, he seems like unproblematic.
Seems so
and
chill.
I would like for him to do well and kind of prove his position amongst the other rookies a little. Also, his girlfriend is really pretty.
She was telling me about this before when we were like writing down our notes. She was like, "Oh my god, his girlfand's a baddie."
Gabriel? How'd you pull all that? Like,
poor Gabriel.
No, I know, but like,
Faith?
No, like I support it. Like, she's not a gold digger.
Yeah. Oh,
like.
Okay. Moving on from like
the point is like
slightly insulting him.
Like no, like if he has to finish like 19th every race, I'm glad he gets to go home to somebody to track.
Okay. Anyways, but yeah, like
all I'm saying,
I was really hoping he would like do well. But I will say I love that like there aren't rumors that he's getting replaced. Like, take some notes, Alpine. This is how you treat a rookie who's in their first season. And Jack was doing better than Gabriel.
Because at least they have self-awareness. At least they know their car is bad. So they don't have insane expectations for their drivers to get like freaking points in like a tractor.
Exactly. Especially like starting off in such a bad car. Like, what are you expecting from them? A championship? Like, set your sights a little lower.
Yeah. However, back to another rookie who's doing very well, Kimi Antonelli, moving on to Miami, got pole position in the sprint.
Yeah, so he actually set the record for youngest ever pole sitter by, I want to say, like 2 years? Or was it 2 months?
No. Did he break Max Verstappen's record?
I thought it was Sebastian Vettel.
Oh, if it was Sebastian Vettel, then it was probably like 2 years. If it was Max Verstappen, it was probably like 2 months.
Okay, well, I'm aware those are very different times and very different people, but it was either 2 years or 2 months.
A cool goal nonetheless.
Either way, he did break it significantly. And yeah, like that's so impressive. But what am I doing with my life? Every single race weekend, he just proves time and time again how unsuccessful I am. And I hate it, honestly. I hate it.
Unfortunately, though, despite starting pole, he did not have the best race because him and Max Verstappen had a little kerfuffle in the pit lanes. It was actually really weird. It was like Kimi was coming in through getting ready to pit, and Red Bull like just gave Max the green light to leave a little too early, and they just like crashed, which was like that is like the one thing you should not be doing.
It was so avoidable, genuinely, because Kimi's like the Mercedes pit was right in front of Red Bull, so Kimi is pulling into his pit right as Max is pulling out, and it's just like, Red Bull, get your stuff together. This is Max Verstappen.
Literally, I would have been furious.
I would have been so mad if I was Max. Like, I would have threatened to quit right then and there. Like, I just had a kid, I'm dealing with this. Absolutely not. I'm leaving.
Another good result for Williams, though, in this race. Alex got 5th and Carlos got 9th again. Yes. Which is so nice. Just a little fun little thing. Mm-hmm. But speaking of Williams' success, kind of goes hand in hand with speaking about Ferrari downfall this season. Lewis Hamilton had some trouble this race, and him and his race engineer and just Charles in general were just not clicking.
They it felt so smooth, like hearing his radios with like Bono and stuff. Yeah, I wish they could have gone together. Like, I wish he could have gone with him.
That was his old race engineer at Mercedes,
and they'd been together like the entire time. And like, I was thinking at the beginning of the season, I mentioned it on here. I think like I hope they just have to like get in the groove. You know, they have not gotten in the groove. Mm-hmm. They were literally like arguing basically over the radio. Lewis was speaking over him. Like, what are you doing?
Well, because what happened was Lewis wanted to pass Charles because he felt that he was going faster than him. And so basically they just took so long in getting back to Lewis on whether or not they were going to allow him to pass Charles. And then once he did pass Charles, after a little bit, they made them switch back. And so like Lewis, like they were like, okay, you guys can finally switch when he was first allowed to pass Charles. And he was like, okay, like did you want to get some tea while you were at it? Because they just took so long. And then like after they reversed it and allowed Charles to pass Lewis, they told him that somebody was behind him, and he was like, oh, I suppose you want me to let him pass as well. and it's just like you could tell Lewis was not in the mood.
It's really weird, like the way they're treating this, like I said with Max Verstappen, like this is Lewis Hamilton here. Get it together. Like think about who's driving for you right now, and maybe treat them like the driver like that they are. And I just feel so bad because like you could see Lewis was so excited to be driving for Ferrari. Like it was such a dream, and it's just not working out. And I know it's like getting used to a new team.
That's kind of the story of Ferrari though.
Yeah,
these past
after
few years.
so long of being with Mercedes, but like I want this to go so well for him. Like I really want this to go well for him. This cannot be like a Daniel Ricciardo move. But
I want Charles Leclerc to leave Ferrari.
He'll never do it.
I know, but
he'll never do it.
Like I think he might need to at one point. Like
I don't think mentally I don't feel like he could. He's so ingrained in Ferrari now.
I know, that's the thing. That it would be such a plot twist if you just switched to Red Bull. Like
that deserves a documentary.
So
if anything, that would deserve a documentary. I'd watch that one.
I would watch that one too. Honestly.
I don't think Red Bull would work out. I don't think it would be a good pairing though.
But I don't know. He's just put so many years in a Ferrari, and it's just they keep just breaking.
They were getting better last year. They were doing well.
And I mean, to be fair, it's the start of the season. They could improve throughout the course of the year.
Yeah, and I hope they do. I'm setting my sights towards next year. I'm hopeful. Next year is their year. Lewis is going to win that championship. Nobody else is going to be in the lead. He's going to win every single race. Like Max 2023 dominance, but it's Lewis.
Anyways, some bad news in this race was that it was just detrimental for rookies all around. Jack Doohan, Ollie Behrman, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Liam Lawson all did not finish the race, meaning the only rookies who did were Kimi Antonelli and Isaac Hajar. By the way, I think Isaac Hajar deserves a little bit more love on his name.
Yeah, I didn't even
doing
think about it
very
that much,
well.
But he is. He's doing really consistent.
And I mean, this knocked every other rookie out. And Isaac Hajar, if he was 0.1 away from being in 10th place and getting points, because Yuki was in 10th, but he got a 5-second penalty. And so Isaac was behind Yuki, but he was 5.1 seconds behind. And he was so close to being in that range and getting points. But even still, he is a rookie at a smaller, less funded, not as good team, and he's really just holding his own against everybody else out there, and I'm proud of him. I think he's doing a good job. And then moving on from Isaac Hajar, one of my favorite things about this race was all the celebrities.
Yes.
And it wasn't just because there were celebrities there, because there's a lot of celebrities at every race. One thing I really appreciated about this race was that there were celebrities at not conventional teams. Timothée Chalamet showed up wearing an RB jersey.
Yes, I thought that was so amazing.
That's so amazing.
You think Timothy would be at Ferrari or something?
But no, RB. What an icon. John Bon Jovi was in the Haas garage, and that just makes I'm a very big Haas fan. For me, Haas is best of the rest. I adore them so much, and so seeing somebody so legendary in their garage, this is what it should be. I'm so sick of seeing all the celebrities in the Ferrari garage or the McLaren garage.
Yeah.
Bring back people.
And I love
at these smaller teams. It's fantastic.
I feel like it brings more press to them. I love it so much. Who else was there?
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay?
Gordon Ramsay was there. I can't remember what team. There was Terry Crews.
I love that Terry was there. I saw him and I was like, oh my god, I remember him fangirling in Vegas. I love this so much for him. Let's get him at every race.
Seal, Madeline Petch from Riverdale, Michael Douglas, Don Tolliver, DJ Khaled, Steve Aoki. A lot of big names, honestly. But again, the ones that I said, Timothée Chalamet and John Bon Jovi, they just stood out to me so much, not only because their names are arguably the biggest on that list, but just because the teams they chose to support just filled my heart with joy. It genuinely made me so happy.
I think it was so fun. Another really fun thing that they did in Miami was racing the Lego cars. So Formula One has this really big partnership with Lego. They have a bunch of Lego sets. They have the whole grid in Legos. And they've been teasing something really special for Miami. And they built life-size Formula One cars out of thousands of Legos. So they had one for every team.
It was so cool.
And instead of doing the driver's parade where they have cars or they're in that big truck, they raced with the Lego cars, and they were having so much fun. I thought it was so
cute because both each team member they were all both in the same car. So it was kind of precious because they were both squeezed into that little Lego car trying to drive around. I thought it was really cute.
And they were all like just like messing with like the other teams, like trying to run into each other. I thought it was so fun. It was so entertaining.
It was. It just felt so like childlike, but not in like an immature manner, in like a joyful manner.
Yeah,
like
let's
a whimsical
bring those to
manner.
every race with us.
Agreed. And then there were some cool liveries at this one. RB had a really pretty all pink livery.
It so much.
But Ferrari's was
Ferrari and Mercedes, not good.
Yeah, they tried to do these like weird color combos that didn't really work out in their favor.
Yeah, Ferrari's was just the blue, but it was like not the cute blue they had last year. It was the HP blue, and it was really ugly.
And like mashed together with the red, it just like did not
and
look
the
good.
Mercedes car and suits were a hot mess. I'm sorry, the pink they used was so ugly. It was way too muted for Miami.
Yeah, it was a little strange.
I didn't like it. They missed the mark.
But
RB,
they did a good job.
Whoever is designing the liveries there needs a raise because they're fantastic.
They're so good.
Like consistently having great liveries. I love it.
Agreed. And now, just to end off, we're gonna play a fun little wavelength game.
Oh my god!
So
I'm
basically,
nervous.
We're gonna think of a number from 1 to 10, and so we're gonna ask the other like Taylor Swift song or driver or team or album or team principal, things like that. Let's do like 5 questions in total, or like livery, lyric, anything you can think of. And so I will give her answers that like I would rate in the number I choose. So like if my number is 10 and she asks me for Taylor Swift song, I will say like my favorite. If the number is like 1, I will say one that like I think is really bad. So I'm gonna think of a number from 1 to 10 now. Okay, I have one.
Okay.
I'm excited. This is a new game. We've never played this.
Driver.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time. And are we doing like all time or like this season?
All time. Might as well.
All time. Okay. Driver. I will say. I'm having such a fun time. Sorry. Now I'm struggling. Okay. George Russell.
Oh, okay. So we're looking at like a high number. I'm thinking.
I mean,
but if
all time.
If we're going all time.
All time. And it's not about like how much I love them. It's about like how good they are, I think.
I feel like he'd still be like at least above a 5.
Okay.
Taylor Swift album.
Let's say like Speak Now.
Okay. Formula 1 team.
Formula 1 team. I'll say let's do this year.
Okay, yeah.
Like Red Bull.
Okay. How many questions is that? 3?
3.
I'm trying to think of what I'm thinking the number is so I can like base my next question off like what I'm expecting to see. I feel like I have a number in my mind. We'll go a little more broad for this one. We'll do Taylor Swift song.
Okay, Taylor Swift song. I'm suddenly like blanking on everything.
I know. It's easier to ask the Formula 1 ones because there's a lot less options.
There are a lot less options. For Taylor Swift's song, I'm thinking something like Who's Afraid of Little Old Me?
Okay. I think I have the number.
Okay.
I'm gonna think of like a really like narrow question.
Okay.
Okay, this isn't like super narrow, but like I feel like it'll be good to give context. Current Formula 1 championship, like the current vibes in the championship.
I feel like that's like a little specific.
Do you not want that?
For a number ranking?
Well, it doesn't have to be like just go based on like vibes,
like
their
vibes?
Performance, not where they really are in the championship.
Kimmy.
Okay. I'm gonna guess. Oh, I'm in between 2. Do you want to hear it?
No, just say one.
Okay, give me 2 seconds to put through all my information.
Okay.
We've got George Russell.
Yeah.
Speak Now. Who's Afraid of Little Old Me? Red Bull and Kimmy Antonelli.
Yes.
I'm gonna say 7.
Correct.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God! wait.
It was 7.
I was in between 6 and 7. I think Red Bull is what made me think, okay, maybe it's a little bit higher though.
Yeah.
But okay.
I'm glad. Yep. 7.
Wait,
I think
you did a really good job on that.
Right? I think so too. Okay.
Oh my god, now I'm so nervous. I'm gonna be so bad at this.
I'm really nervous too. Why are you nervous? You get to think of the number.
Yeah, but then I have to think of what's gonna correspond with that number, Eliana.
I know.
Okay. I'm afraid like I'm gonna like mess up on like a Taylor Swift like album or something. You know what I mean?
Oh, because
like I feel like I'm not.
They're like really good.
I feel like I'm not like in tune with public opinion enough.
I mean, some people argue Speak Now's a 10.
Yeah, I do like Speak Now.
Let's go.
Okay, I think I have my number.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let's start with Team Principal.
Oh. Christian Horner.
That's hard because I don't know if you mean like in terms of like success or like personality. Okay, let's do Taylor Swift lyric.
Okay. This is gonna take me a second.
I was kind of hoping you'd ask this one. I don't know what I would have chosen, but I think
that's why I didn't ask, because I thought it'd be so hard.
It is kind of hard. Isn't that fun though?
Okay. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. I have the perfect one. I just gotta like remember the phrasing.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm like literally blanking, but I know exactly what I want to say. It's like, if there was one prize I'd cheat to win.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. From Willow. Let's say Taylor Swift song.
You know, I solidified the album in my mind. I forgot to think of the other things. Song? I feel like I'm thinking of one, but I don't know if that's gonna mislead you a little too much. And I'm trying to help you be successful here.
It's like if for you this song fits what number you're thinking of, then you can say it.
Okay. I'm gonna say Shake It Off. No, I Knew You Were Trouble.
Interesting.
Oh, that one. I feel like that one's a little bit better.
This is so fascinating. Let's say Taylor Swift album.
Midnight.
This is so interesting.
I swear, I'm trying my best.
Okay, let's do F1 Driver.
At all time or current?
It's up to you.
I'll do current.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Nico Hulkenberg.
Ooh, okay. So that makes me think that we're thinking lower end of the spectrum. It's like Nico, I Knew You Were Trouble, Midnights. I thought you liked Midnights. I Knew You Were Trouble.
That's why I was struggling so much.
There was one prize I'd cheat to win. And Christian Horner. This makes me think lower in the spectrum, but I don't know if you can go straight up 1. 2 is a little low, maybe 3. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna say.
You got this? I believe in you.
2. 3.
It was 3.
Ah!
It was 3.
I was so close. Wow, that is some brutal rankings.
Yeah. I kind of hate I Knew You Were Trouble, but like I don't hate it so much. You know?
Interesting.
Like I was thinking of like Nico, like he's like consistent, but is he great?
No, he's like pretty bad.
Yeah, and like Christian, like he's like a good team principal, but like you get a little iffy there. But he's not so bad that I'd give him like a 2 or a 1.
You don't like, and there was one prize I'd cheat to win.
I hate it. Absolutely hate it.
Interesting.
But like not the worst I've ever heard.
Interesting. So fascinating. All right. I think that was a fun game.
This was a fun game. We should try it again.
See, I told you.
But I think next time we should plan more in ahead.
Agreed. We can like iron out some of the laws a little better.
All right. Well, we will be back Like 2 weeks for Italy, but which Italy race it is?
It's Imola.
Imola. Okay, we will be back for Imola. Yeah, as always, our social media, TikTok and Instagram, Cut the Headlights podcast. And we have
find us on YouTube.
On YouTube and Spotify. So yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.